The Young and the Restless Spoilers shock, secrets, deception, and the weight of the past. Claire, Holden, and Kyle in Los Angeles. The tension in The Young and the Restless never rests, and for Claire, Holden, and Kyle, the upcoming events in Los Angeles promise a collision of secrets, emotions, and long-buried truths. Holden, determined to have a clear, honest conversation with Claire, insists that they leave nice together. He believes that confronting their past and present complications away from the prying eyes of Genoa City is essential. Los Angeles, with all its memories of their shared history, provides the perfect backdrop. It's a city where their past life unfolded, and now it becomes the stage for reckoning, revelations, and unexpected challenges. Initially, Claire is preparing for a business trip to Los Angeles, and it would have been natural for Kyle to accompany her. But Kyle is tied up with his own commitments, unable to join. Holden seizes the opportunity, offering to accompany Claire, hoping the journey will provide the clarity they both need. Yet, Claire hesitates, reluctant to reveal the secrets they have kept hidden. The thought of their private truths becoming exposed fills her with anxiety, and she refuses, insisting that the stakes are too high to risk even a casual slip. Her hesitation reflects not just fear but also a deep desire to protect the fragile balance they've maintained in their lives. Despite the tension, circumstances push them toward their old home in Los Angeles. Stepping into the house where they once lived, the memories come flooding back: laughter, the late-night conversations, the quiet moments with their son. This return is as much a test of their resilience as it is a chance for reconciliation. It is the very space where the past and present collide, where their shared history will demand acknowledgement, and where their roles as parents and partners will be scrutinized by both themselves and others. Claire's heart races as she steps up to the door, hesitant yet determined. She knocks, and moments later, a young boy comes running, his arms opening wide as he envelops both Claire and Holden in an embrace. For a fleeting moment, they appear as a perfect family, radiating warmth, love, and unity. The image is almost surreal, the tension of secrets and the anxiety of hidden truths juxtaposed with the innocence and pure affection of their child. It's a glimpse of happiness that seems fragile, yet undeniably real. However, the situation is further complicated by Kyle's presence. Determined to protect Claire and ensure that her integrity remains unquestioned, he follows them to Los Angeles, disguising himself as an elderly man to observe without being noticed. His motives are noble but fraught with the potential for disaster. He intends to monitor Claire and Holden, to confirm that no misstep occurs that could tarnish her reputation. But the very act of spying, coupled with his disguise, sets up a volatile dynamic. Kyle's perspective is clouded by suspicion, and he is emotionally invested in a truth that may not align with what he sees unfolding before him. As Claire and Holden reconnect with their son, the warmth and familial intimacy begin to disarm both of them. It's a rare moment of unguarded emotion, moments where Claire's fears of exposure fade, replaced by the tangible joy of parenting and the quiet strength of shared love. Yet Kyle's watchful presence complicates the narrative. What he interprets through the lens of disguise and suspicion may not reflect the full reality, and his assumptions could drive decisions that have long-lasting consequences. The tension is heightened by the intersection of past secrets and current intentions. Los Angeles, the city that once nurtured their family life, now becomes a crucible for testing trust, honesty, and emotional resilience. Claire must navigate her fears of exposure while holding onto the connection with Holden and her son. Holden must balance his desire for transparency with the awareness that their private truths carry weight far beyond their own lives. Kyle, in turn, must confront his own judgments and preconceptions, aware that the reality he witnesses may be influenced by his own fears, biases, and disguises. The tableau is striking, a family seemingly united, their child at the center, radiating innocence and love, while layers of deception and hidden agendas swirl around them. Claire and Holden experience a mixture of relief and trepidation. Relief at seeing the tangible joy of their child and feeling, if only momentarily, the semblance of normalcy. Trepidation because every smile, every affectionate gesture, is shadowed by the unresolved secrets that could unravel everything in an instant. For Kyle, the scene is equally destabilizing. The disguise he wears may shield his identity, but it cannot protect his mind from the surge of conflicting emotions. What he sees challenges his assumptions, making him question whether Claire has truly acted with transparency or whether he has misjudged her entirely. The emotional weight of observation, combined with his protective instincts and his own unresolved feelings, sets up a potential crisis zone that may force him to confront truths he has long avoided. Ultimately, the journey to Los Angeles is not merely a physical relocation, it is a metaphorical voyage into the past, the present, and the potential future. For Claire, Holden, and Kyle, the city becomes a testing ground for love, trust, and resilience. The embrace of their son provides fleeting moments of clarity and connection, yet the lurking presence of secrets and surveillance threatens to turn joy into confrontation. In this intricate dance of secrecy, family, and observation, every action has consequences. Claire and Holden are reminded that happiness, even when tangible and real, can be fragile. Kyle is reminded that judgment without full understanding can lead to unintended repercussions. And the audience, as always, is left to anticipate the fallout. Who will act on what they see? Who will be blindsided by revelation? And who will ultimately be forced to reckon with the truth hidden within their hearts? In Los Angeles, past and present collide, setting the stage for emotional reckoning, difficult choices, and the testing of bonds that were once thought unbreakable. The seemingly idyllic moment with their child masks the tension, yet it is precisely in these moments that the fragility of secrets and the intensity of hidden truths reveal themselves most starkly. The unfolding drama promises that no one will leave unchanged, and that the consequences of seeing and being seen will echo far beyond this reunion. The events unfolding in Los Angeles sent shockwaves through Kyle's mind, leaving him stunned, furious, and questioning everything he thought he knew about Claire. What he witnessed was beyond betrayal, it was a deception that cut to the core. Claire, the woman he trusted, the woman he loved, had created an entire facade. She had a child, a family, a life that existed beyond the reality he believed in, yet she had married him, keeping him in the dark all along. The realization hit Kyle like a tidal wave. He had been manipulated, and the extent of the duplicity left him both horrified and enraged. Every detail he observed confirmed his worst suspicions. The joy and apparent normalcy of Claire and Holden with their son was a carefully constructed illusion, one designed to protect their secrets and mislead him. Kyle felt the sting of betrayal not only at the lies but at the audacity of maintaining this double life while keeping him emotionally invested. The anger bubbled inside him, a mix of disbelief and outrage. How could Claire have orchestrated such an elaborate deception? What had driven her to manipulate him while living this secret life? Every question echoed through his mind, unanswered, each one fueling the intensity of his fury. Holden, ever precise and controlled, had executed his role with flawless professionalism. There was no hint of doubt or hesitation in his actions. Every gesture, every interaction had been part of a meticulously calculated plan. Kyle recognized this, and it only added to his sense of injustice. Holden's expertise, combined with Claire's duplicity, made the betrayal sting even more deeply. He realized that the two of them had acted with a level of sophistication that left no room for error except for the moral consequences that Kyle himself now faced. Despite the searing anger that threatened to overwhelm him, Kyle understood he could not confront the scene directly. This was, after all, a family moment, a child's embrace, a semblance of happiness, and interfering would not only risk exposure but could potentially shatter the fragile reality of their child's life. Yet Kyle could not allow this treachery to go unrecorded. He retrieved his phone and captured every detail, every image of what he had witnessed, the tangible evidence of Claire and Holden's secret world. These photographs would serve as both proof and fuel, crystallizing the betrayal into something undeniable. There was no room left for doubt, no argument to be had. What he saw was irrefutable. The emotions coursing through Kyle were raw and complex. Rage mingled with sorrow, disbelief intertwined with the piercing clarity of understanding. Claire was not the woman he thought he knew. The life he had imagined with her was a mirage. The audacity of the deception, the casual way in which she had hidden critical truths, made him question her motives, her character, and ultimately her very identity. What kind of person constructs such elaborate lies, manipulating the emotions of someone they claim to love? The questions were relentless, yet answers seemed impossible to grasp. Kyle's retreat from Los Angeles was marked by the seething determination of a man wronged. Though he could not act in that moment without creating further complications, the seeds of revenge had already been planted. The images he captured were more than evidence that they were the beginning of a plan, a blueprint for retribution. Every glance, every calculated interaction he had observed fueled the fire inside him, and as the plane carried him back to Nice, that fire grew into a deliberate, calculated resolve. Back in Nice, Kyle's mind raced with possibilities. How could he confront Claire without shattering the lives involved? How could he hold Holden accountable for his role in this deception? The questions circled endlessly, but one thing became unmistakably clear: inaction was not an option. The betrayal he had witnessed demanded a response, and Kyle, with his heart torn between outrage and reason, began crafting a strategy for the reckoning that was inevitable. Anger had become his guiding force, but so had clarity. Kyle understood that every move had to be precise, every confrontation deliberate. He would not allow emotions to cloud judgment. He would channel every ounce of betrayal and resentment into a plan that would ensure accountability, exposure, and perhaps even justice for the manipulation he had endured. The return to Nice was not just a physical journey, it was the beginning of a mental and emotional campaign. In the quiet moments of reflection on the flight, Kyle's resolve solidified. Claire's duplicity had been revealed, Holden's professionalism confirmed, and the truth of their secret lives laid bare before him. Nothing could erase the images etched into his memory, and nothing could diminish the fury that burned within him. The stakes were now personal, the battlefield intimate, and Kyle's determination unwavering. As the plane touched down in Nice, the city that had witnessed so many secrets and schemes, Kyle was ready to begin his calculated pursuit of retribution. The betrayal had been witnessed, the evidence secured, and the plan for revenge quietly taking shape in the mind of a man scorned.